a guy who used to be getting ready for NFC Pro Bowl practice, but he's no longer in the NFC after 7 Pro Bowl appearances as a Philadelphia Eagle. He joins us as his first Pro Bowl appearance as a Denver Bronco, one of the all-time best. Brian Dawkins. Good to see you, Brian.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
These guys were talking you up. I was, too, just because I know they were saying this stuff to you as you were sitting down and getting mic'd up. I was talking you up, too, as you were here with the Denver Broncos. How satisfying is that to you, Brian, that you have now switched conferences, but you're still honored the same way as you were in Philadelphia?
It is an absolute blessing. It really is. To be able to do that, to go to another conference, and to gain the respect of the coaches and the players and and the fans even, to be represented as a starter back over here. It's a blessing. It really is.
We had a national conference call last week on our network. Michael and I was on that call, and they asked me to pick the all-decade team. You were my #1 safety.
Thank you.
In the all-decade team. And I asked these guys, would I be out of place before you came to say, man, I love you, man. You don't understand, seriously, what you represent on the field, what you represent off the field. I need these people to know you. Can you tell them, who are you?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I'm a blessed man of God. I always say blessed, but I say that because I know who I am. That's who I represent. Every time that I touch the field and even in the community, I'm blessed to do what I do for a living. And so he's given me so much talent that I had to dig out by working at it. But to be able to play the way that I played this game this long and to play it at a high level, I know is a gift from above. And so that's first of all who I am. And then secondly, I care about my teammates. I really do. I care about my teammates. And, when I go and touch the field, I want them to know that I'm going to pour myself out for them, physically, emotionally, mentally. And that's when I was Philly, it was that way, and Denver's the same way. I'm going to pour myself out for you, and those are the type of things that I respect in return.
And pouring yourself out to your team, to your organization, that's exactly what I shared with you. When I came to Denver to interview Brandon Marshall, I said, this is what I love about you the most. You give your heart, you give everything. You remember that conversation we had in the locker room?
Yes, I do.
Now, that being said, you poured your heart out in Philadelphia. What was it like after pouring your heart out in Philadelphia, them actually letting you go to another team? How difficult was it for you emotionally? How much did it affect your confidence? I know I shouldn't ask a propounding question. And it's by being here, is that some satiety of saying, I'm still who I was?
You know what? It was now flat out, first of all, it was emotionally. I mean, I was emotional. It hurt. It really hurt to know that I was leaving an organization. Like you said, I poured myself out to my teammates, to the fans there, to the organization, and it hurt. But I'm not my own in the sense of where I go as far as what the Lord has me to do. And so it was him. I had to go to Denver for a reason.
Yeah.
So I'm going to listen to what he had to tell me. Now, I went kicking and screaming in the beginning. I mean, it was an emotional thing, but I knew he sent me there for a reason, and I'm going to do his work when I got there. And as far as justification, listen, I use those things as motivation, absolutely. Anytime, I'm 36, and every year I've lost a step since 30. Every year I touch the field.
What they say.
What they say.
What they say.
What they say. And what they say. So I use those things as motivation during the off season. But when I touch the field, I'm no longer thinking about them. I'm thinking about my teammates. I'm thinking about, the organization, my family, and I'm thinking about representing him. So all of that stuff is off the field. When I touch the field, all that stuff is out of my mind.
I almost hugged you right in the middle of the interview. It wouldn't have been professional, so I stopped.
What about the fact that you're going to have another defensive coordinator in Denver? What happened with Mike Nolan?
Don't know.
He's a professional.
100%. But you know what? If that's where Josh feels like we need to go in order for us to take the next step, to be on the same page, then that's what I'm willing to do. And I told him, and I'll tell you guys, I'm behind him. So if he made that decision, there's a reason why he made it. I trust him. And I'm going to go out, and whoever he brings in as a defensive coordinator, he's going to have Brian Dawkins on his side.
Okay, but did you tell him you were behind all of the decisions made, even that final decision to sit Brandon, things like that, Brandon Marshall situation?
Yeah, once again, whenever he made that decision, I'm behind him. If he feels like that's the best thing for us to move for that game, then that's what I'm going to do. See, the thing that I have to do is I have to make sure that the boss or the owner or whoever it is knows that they're going to have Brian Dawkins on their side. And I may not agree with him, but if I disagree with him, it's going to be behind closed doors, and we're going to talk about that, not in the public. I'll never do that to him.
Big fella, never say your age. Let them say it.
All right.
Because you don't look 36. You look about 26 to me. And when you play like you're 24,
And he's hitting like he's a young stinker.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. That's Brian Dawkins, Pro Bowler of the Denver Broncos
I love this
and
man.
the American Football Conference.